Okay, not too much luck tonight. I managed to lose connection in a reasonable position against 2500. Third game, I'm not going to bother putting that up. But my rating's I've gone on a downward slide. So hopefully, though, on the positive side of this, let's have a quick look. It was against Boy. So I had this position, and I managed to get the disconnected. I thought I was doing quite well, or very well in fact, in the opening, but I thought this was just weakening and difficult for White's castle. We didn't take on G7, but I just seemed to get a good position. Seems solid enough. Okay, repla. So, can I maintain a 2300 plus rating if I can do well in this game? Maybe bishop g5 and f4, is that aggressive? Or Keres attack? What about Keres attack? g4, g5. Okay, highly aggressive stuff. So Paul Keres, one of the famous uncrowned sort of kings, one of the strongest players never to be world champion. Not sure. I'll just play Queen D2. I think castle Queen side. Does the bishop use one G2 here? Well, it depends. Depends on what Black's doing. Okay, so say Black castles, then Queen D2. At least F6. There's always E6 to consider. There's knight E6s. So if Black castles Queen D2, I seem to have a comfortable position. How is he going to generate counterplay? Is he going to take on D4 first, then play B5? G7 will be a target if he takes on D4. If he plays E5, will be weakening D5. Okay, he's on the F3 square though. Maybe if I castle and take bishop D4, knight F3. So maybe something like bishop E2 or bishop E2. There's bishop G2. There's knight C4, so I'll play bishop E2 just to hold that F3 square. Maybe I can kick the knight with F4. I've gained a minute. Not doing much. A bit of a crude play. Just gaining a minute clock advantage. With still a nice looking position. Almost juicy, I would say. Okay, so F4 here, just cement that G5 pawn. If knight C6 though, okay, I'll maintain the bishop. Maintain this grip. HG, H-fold pressure. Still castle queenside, put pressure on D6. Looking quite good. I don't think this F6 is potentially loosening the diagonal as well. So this is all good so far, I think. I'll play this just to maybe introduce knight D5 threats. So like queen takes, there'll be knight E7, that sort of stuff. Well, I'm looking at bishop B6. If I could arrange bishop B6, like bishop D3, queen F2. Play bishop D3 first, or bishop G4. I'll play bishop D3. Because the queen side is a bit weak, isn't it? Without that C7 pawn, B6 is a bit of a weakness. If I'm getting queen F2, like here, okay, queen F2. So just threatening to win the exchange. Maybe also if I can get a knight to B6 later. But anyway, first try and harass this queen. Like bishop B6 and A3 if queen B4. Maybe the queen's going to get trapped here. Any other little details to consider? Okay, winning the exchange is good. Okay, take it immediately. Yep, I think I have to. I'll take on H6 so I can play G6, maybe G6 and F5, then knight D5. I'll play that just to try and seal that D5 square, and it's all looking pretty good. Alright. So he's going to concede D5 now. Not yet. Okay, I'll protect the G4 square. Looks like G4s. if I take bishop e6, knight d5, mind you, bishop b6 would make the exchange immediately. Just realised. Okay, so it's not so clear cut here. I'll play this move just to get out of the skewer. Actually, maybe this rook can switch over to the queen side here. So knight, it's been like knight, not knight a4, bishop a4. Can the knight go to d4? Too risky here. Queen over here. It's not looking as good as before. In fact, he can win that pawn, can't he? Take on f5. Oh, I've lost the grip. Okay, but actually rook takes here, and I'm on d6 again, so that'll be good. Time for an exchange sack. Knight f4 ef, knight d5. We'll just maybe c3. I'll try and peel open this king. I think c3 and then cb and rook c1. Okay. Oh, he's got queen b4. Ah. Okay. How about just in this position? How about rook b1? Trying to introduce some pins, and maybe I'll take on d6. If I take on d6, bishop c7, queen d6, or knight c3, or knight f4. There's lots of possibilities here. Or check, rook c1 check. So bishop moves, rook c1 check. It's looking good anyway. Big clock advantage still. A minute ahead. Okay. Let's say bishop b6. Check. King b7. Sometimes it's best just to wait to see what the move is to avoid any mental exertion. So, big think here. Is there something very tactical about this? Am I still connected? I'm not going to lose connection again, am I? Okay, he's moved. 35 seconds. So knight f4 to d5 looks logical. I think I'll try that. Try and just improve that knight position. Then things like rook c1 will be more effective with that knight on d5. It'll be like rook c7s and stuff. So knight coming to d5. Bishop c6. Or okay, I think I'll play this check now. Get out of the skewer. Okay, there's knight e6. Does that do anything? So I want to play knight e6. King e7. Knight takes g7. Bishop takes b3. It's not so clear. I don't really want to lose b4, so this is a bit of a pain as well. Knight e6. King e7. That rook c7 there. King takes e6. King's kind of exposed. Queen h3 check, f5. Knight e6 work. Knight e6, king e7. What is there? Rook c7 check. King takes e6. I can't see anything. I think I'm going to just do a quick move. Something like rook a3 or something. Mind you, knight d5, and then with the idea of rook c7 and queen d6. I think I'm going to go for that actually. That looks like a dynamic option. So just offering that exchange. He's only got like 10 seconds here anyway. It's starting to be a bit academic, whatever he does, if he's going to use up the last few seconds on this. Oh, he's just lost on time. Okay, it would have been interesting to see bishop takes b3. Let's have a look. So takes treble pawns, but with the idea of rook c7 now, it looks pretty strong. This rook's out of the game, and the queen's on d6. I think this is a pretty strong position to be in. Rook c7 and queen d6 be crushing. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.